Did Virginia Beach just shoot itself in the foot? We just voted to borrow $567 million over the next 6 to 7 years for about 21 flood mitigation projects to, address the issues with sea level rise. According to the FEMA HAZAS flood model, if just 1.5 feet of flood happened, about 1 out of 4, so 25% of all the buildings in Hampton Roads could be at risk of damage. Now, was this wise? Should we actually be worried about sea level rise? Are you okay with your taxes going towards flood mitigation issues? Let me know down in the comments below. Hey, my name's Dan Inman, you're listening to the Living in Coastal Virginia channel, and I'm your local realtor and guide. With over 70% of local residents voting yes for the actual project to go into place, to do things like planting new plants into the Back Bay National Park, to doing new pump station, or even tidal gates to address some of the sea level rise issues. Those individual projects range from about $940,000 to go towards Eastern Shore Drive for the flooding that happens there, to more than $92 million in flood mitigation for the Virginia Beach oceanfront. And I get it, we gotta do those things. I mean, having all of the vacationers that come in every single year to that area is a huge source of income, but $92 million, that's a lot of money. Now, depending on the length of the term of the bonds that they eventually accept, whether that's 10 or 20 years, we're looking at about a 4.3 to a 6.4 cent per $100 increase on your property taxes. This means that homeowners will end up paying about $10 to $15 per month, or about $115 to $171 per year based on the median sales price or property value of about $267,000 in Virginia Beach. Now, it may not sound like much, but we have to pay that bond. If we're gonna borrow $567 million, we have to be able to pay that back. And so that is the number that they've come up with that will actually allow for us to pay that back. In my opinion, a small price to pay to hopefully significantly reduce the amount of flood risk that you and your family is at with your home. Now, an analysis from Old Dominion University came to show that the economic impact is going to be about $371 million brought to the area and about 3,300 jobs provided over that 10-year period. It's probably going to be more condensed in a 6 to 7 period. That's what they're estimating, but that's a decent impact, and there's at least some cherry on top to, spending and borrowing that much money. However, it's definitely going to be the homeowners that foot and pay that bill over this long-term period. Now, the city is hoping to keep it at the lower amount, that 4.3 cents per $100 estimated. So the hope here is that you, as the homeowner, are going to end up paying a little bit less over that period of time. The city has also stated that basically till 2028, the storm water fee, however, is going to be locked in place. They plan to make no changes there. Now, this brings the Virginia Beach property tax rate actually pretty close to an alignment to most of the surrounding cities. For a long, long time, Virginia Beach has been the lowest property tax rate of all of the surrounding cities for Hampton Roads or the Tidewater area. Matter of fact, just last year, they had lowered the taxes, which is kind of funny that, the following year after that, we're gonna be jacking them right back up. Now, what's interesting here is Virginia Beach is actually a relatively young city. It was mostly developed through the 60s to 90s. Which was all previously farmland. And if you know anything about flood mitigation, most of that farmland does a really, really good job of absorbing water. So because that's now developed into residential and commercial spaces, that doesn't have the ability to absorb rainwater like it used to. Now, if you are looking to make a move in or out of the area, we lead an elite team of mortgage and real estate professionals dedicated to making that process as smooth and seamless as possible. You can get a hold of us at the information to my left, or all of our contact information is down below in the description, and there is even a link there to jump directly into our calendars, just like the doctor's office. And if you're interested in finding more information out about the projects that are going on, where the city is spending the money, what phases it's going to all go in, you can find that on vbgov.com, and that link will be down below in the description. If you're interested in more about what Virginia Beach has to offer and or about the neighborhoods and tours and all the other information we put out, YouTube thinks that you'll like this video too.